just some thoughts on the school shootings. You know, I remember Columbine happened, and it was a long time before the unit got there, and Uvalde, in Texas, these cops, they just stood there. They didn't know how to take down the shooter, and it just, anger resides, and words were thrown around, with a menacing flair. I mean, on my behalf, and a lot of people were angry, but it's not just about cowardice, which I think it is. It's also like, if you're part of the law enforcement, not everyone could probably handle a situation. I understand that, but it's also just, having a certain logic, and also just having a job, or maybe, not even having a job, but let's say, basketball team. Not everyone's gonna play the fifth man or the center. Not everyone's gonna play the number one position. I'm doing high school. I did college right too, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Point guard number one. Not everyone could be a point guard. I mean, you can have everyone in rotation, tryouts for it. But eventually, it's like one or two people could play this part, that, or that part, and you can interchange it. Maybe there's a officer, police officer that can handle a shooting. He could do a desk job. He could give out tickets. He could, he could guide traffic better, even though it's boring and hang out. Just he can manage himself. Very few probably do, but you can't tell me everyone will be able to handle Uvalde. And also if they can't, shouldn't you have certain people that they can handle that and they're on the forefront? The other ones are at least backup. It's a mismanagement of resources of their employees. The Iowa shooting, I didn't watch too much about that, but they just said, well, it's just and it's like it's the second shooting this year. I'm like, wow, yeah. I'm thinking like a summer of a couple years ago, popped in my head. I'm like, it's January 6th, man. It's 6 days and it's already the second school shooting, and yeah, it's not so much about that because it's a horror show out there. Really, it's like it's one of the things like if I had a child, I would not send to school. Or her. It would be like homeschool. The kid would be homeschooled. But that's just one of it. But the mismanagement of the law enforcement, it's really having just a job. Like I'm doing moving jobs. Not everyone could maybe carry a dresser up the stairs. Not everyone could shrink wrap something better. Not everyone wants to even learn that. They cower and they run away. They move away and they don't even want to touch that because they I don't know, they're taken over by a little bit of failure. And not just wrapping a couch and stuff. And there's no one watching you, looking over you. This is people's lives. And if you can't chase somebody down, or you can't figure out how to maneuver with other people and take down a shooter, whether shoot him in the leg, or you get a paint, or a rubber bullet, and you hit him a couple times to hurt him, and then aggressively or not aggressively handcuff the suspect. You need like 7, 8 guys to take one person that had dropped the gun. I mean, yeah, maybe you just. I don't want to say you don't belong for that job because a lot of people wouldn't do it then. There probably wouldn't exist a police force. But maybe you should have other people do that. It's really that simple. It's really not. It's also about people that arrest people. I met cops that even don't know how to arrest somebody properly. They don't even know how to put the handcuffs on. Just like, wow, man, what, are you guys scared? Or you just you're incompetent. Especially with something very serious. So as far a school shooting, it's not you get the SWAT team, but maybe have like a couple cops and you train them and go through exercises and you have them on standby. They do something else, but as soon as there's a shooting, you have a code, and that particular cop or 2 or 3, they have to rush to that fucking place. It just it could be done so much so much better and healthier and safer. After the last video that I recorded about law enforcement manager, still embarrassment for me because I have a mind and I'm trying to fix stuff. That's one of the reasons why there will never be a what was the phrase called as far as retrain the police force or I forget what the phrase is, but so they wouldn't be as violent and aggressive and they will have better tactics. They probably never, because a lot of people say, oh, you should be embarrassed. Like, what the fuck is that, man? What do you get out of fucking people getting shot? Well, what do you get out of that? Are you fucking, are you obsessed with fucking, you love to see people die? A lot of people love to see violence. You don't want there to be a resolution. A lot of people out there, they don't want to be a resolution. And they're probably against, in my case, law enforcement should, not be as aggressive or train much better to handle a lot of situations. Not in a form of embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. People that say that embarrassed, especially the Polish people, they're like, it's like you would say shame. Well, what the fuck is your problem? Are you a gangster? You a gangbanger? You seem like an old, senile fucking person. You are an obesity of the mind. You're very unhealthy. And morality just runs through this fucking world, doesn't it? But, I'm thinking this was going to be about that. I'm just fucking annoyed by people that love, the chaos and mismanagement of the world. It's like they love the grime and nastiness and pollution. They want to live in waste, especially when it happens to other people. It's disgusting. But what would I do? How would I? If I was I don't want to say cop because I wouldn't be a cop. If I would be a police officer, how would I handle it? I would try to get the best training. You would have to do some martial arts classes. I wouldn't say you have to pump, you have to work out, lift weights. But what is that gonna do when you don't know how to take the suspect by the wrist, or you have to put somebody down, make him hurt, and bring him to the ground? I mean, if they try to fight you, well, it's like you might gonna hurt your wrist. But you don't throw these handcuffs on people and batons. All you have to do is a little pressure and leverage. That's the Aikido, amongst many other forms of martial arts. You have to be the best grappler, like mixed martial arts. Like make somebody subdue. But a couple moves when you use the force, leverage with limbs against the suspect, and you don't need to use aggressive force. If there is restraint and the suspect tries to right, he might break his or her, she might break her own wrist. That's on you. The police saw this video evidence. You were resisting, and you shouldn't resist arrest. And you can't teach that. You shouldn't teach that. It should be a common sense thing. You know. So it really is. I think officers should be trained much better based on that. And you can't say well that everyone should be a fucking law enforcement. I mean, we're getting to and it is just my presumption, but it's like we're getting to this place in the world where it's like all you gotta do is play with joysticks and you can fly drones. But how many percentages of these drone strikes are accurate actually accurate targets? It's a slaughterhouse. That's what this is. And this isn't a shady show as group. This is fucking reality. This isn't fucking cute. This is entertainment. Something might happen to you, your neighbor. It might happen to you. It might happen to me, actually. And maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's reality. There's fucking other kids dying when they're trying to, read and study and stuff. Fucking disgusting. I'm not fucking ashamed either. You people that say it's shame because people like me, try to work it right so there wouldn't be aggression on the streets, so George Floyd wouldn't happen. I should be ashamed. It's like you don't have to be an expert martial artist. I'm gonna say that, but simple tactics they should use and learn. As far as if I was an officer and those street, not saying I would rise up to that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I would. If not, I wouldn't want to be in law enforcement. That's just me. And if I would be too aggressive on someone, if I didn't use compassion and reasoning, and I would be like, I would like, get rid of evidence or tamper with evidence. Well, I can't see that because I'm not like that person. And if I saw other people do it, just I got co-return affairs, and people gonna put, people gonna, I'm pretty sure a lot of cops will come after me. And just, well, I guess I can't be there. Like a lot of my fucking jobs. There's a lot of scammers, schemers, and they tell me I should be ashamed. They project their lack of their skill and their labor in the workforce onto me. When yeah, they're the ones that slacking. They're the ones that are moral, and I'm not fucking ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I mean, I'm going through my mind. It's like what I know. I don't know. It's common sense. But also, you get some training for like a school shooting. Yeah, I'll definitely not just be running towards the guy, but I will use certain tactics, to subdue the suspect. I wouldn't just stand there and like be high behind the wall. What's the point of that? You see, in the case of Uvalde, the guy had weapon was down the hallway. I mean, you see if he's pointing your direction. If he's pointing you, obviously you're gonna move. It's just common sense. And you move down the hall, or you go around the other way. It's depending. It just I will get into that, but I think there's a lot of people that they don't want that. They don't want it to stop the suspect. They don't want anything to change. They love terror and they love chaos.